Hello again. My name is Buffy, and this is the 5th video in my series called the Nap Time series. And these are being brought to you in collaboration with Edge Yoga School as a part of my 300-hour teacher training. If you want to learn more about me, I've got some introductory videos already shared here on my channel, and you can go back to those. So we are going to jump right in today talking about the second chakra. I am referencing this book, Wheels of Life, by Anodea Judith. Someday I'll get her name right. There is an introductory video where I go into the introduction of the chakras, and then I just finished a video on Chakra 1, and now we're going to jump into Chakra 2. I'm feeling energized today, and I've got some time, so we're going to try to go through Chakra 2, water. So Chakra 2, here is the lotus picture here. It's got 6 petals. It's associated with water, change, polarities, movement, pleasure, emotions, sexuality, nurturance, and clairsentience. We're going to start with an opening meditation. So get comfortable. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Quietly, you lie at peace, alive against the earth that is still, solid, unmoving. You are still, yet for every ebb and flow of breath, there is movement in your body. There is change, from inner to outer, and outer to inner. The path between the worlds is woven through you, the path of change. As your chest rises, the breath moves through your nose, throat, lungs. It ebbs and flows as evenly and gracefully as waves upon a shore, back and forth, empty and full, in and out. Inside, your heart beats, your blood pulsates, a river of life connects each and every cell within you. Blood flows outward, blows flood in toward the center again. Your cells expand and contract, ever reproducing, dying. Wiggle a finger back and forth. Impulses of nerves run down your arms. Your breathing continues. In, out, in, out. Deep in your belly, you become aware of a warm glow of orange pulsing through your pelvis, through your abdomen, through your genitals. Pulsation of orange light move in rivulets down your legs, up again through your thighs, flowing through your belly, and up through your back to nourish all of you. You are alive. You are a wave of motion. Nothing within you is truly still. Nothing around you is still. Everything is constantly changing, each and every moment. Every sound, every ray of life, of light, every breath is an oscillation, back and forth, constantly moving, swaying, flowing. A flow of constant change, changing every moment from the last. By the time you finish this meditation, both you and the world will be different. Within your body is a river of change. Find the subtle inner flows of movement and thought, moving up, down, around, and through. Find them and follow them. Allow them to gain momentum, removing obstacles by easing any tension you may find. Exaggerate their flow with outward movements. Sway in your chair, rock back and forth, creating a rhythmic motion. Let the rhythm build until you feel like getting up, even with this book in hand. Get up and move around, swaying on your feet, circling with your hips, bending your knees, always keeping the flow even and steady, remembering your roots below. You sway back and forth, up and down, in and out, expanding, yet ever returning to your core self once again. You move with the flow of water, sometimes slow like a great river, sometimes quickly like a spring stream, sometimes languishing like a quiet lake, sometimes passionate like the waves of the sea. You are water. I skipped a bit, but you are water, the essence of all forms, yet formless. You are the point from which each direction flows, and you are the flow. You are the one that feels. You are the one that moves. You are the one that embraces the other. Shall we flow together and join our souls in this journey down this river of life? Shall we flow together to the sea? I love that. I am a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, and I have a deep connection with water. I think that is just a beautiful meditation. If you'd like to do the full meditation, you can find it in this book. Chakra 2, symbols and correspondences. We're going to jump in now. Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. And it means sweetness. It's located in the lower abdomen, genitals, and womb. And the element, of course, is water. The function is desire, pleasure, sexuality, and procreation. And the inner state is feelings. Other body parts that the second chakra is associated with are the womb, the genitals, the kidney, the bladder, and the circulatory system. Malfunction is represented by impotence, frigidity, uterine bladder or kidney trouble, or a stiff lower back. And the color is orange. So the color of this second chakra here. I don't like the glare. We did the red root chakra, chakra 1. Now we're on chakra 2, which is orange. The seed sound here is vam, vam. The seed sound for chakra 1 was lam. And now we're on vam. And the vowel sound is oo, as in do. And at the end we will have om. So for the first chakra we had o, and now we're on oo, so it's om. Okay? And the corresponding verb is I feel. We often think that when we have completed our study of 1, we know all about 2, because 2 is 1 and 1. We forget that we still have to make a study of and. 1 and 1. So we're talking about connecting the first chakra and the second chakra and that space in between. It's here that our initial unity becomes duality, and our point becomes a line, giving it direction, dividing one side from the other. We move from the element of earth to that of water, where solid becomes liquid, stillness becomes movement, form becomes formless, and we've gained a degree of freedom, but also more complexity. Change is a fundamental element of our consciousness. And this movement, this change, is the essence of the second chakra's purpose in the overall chakra system. It's the opposite of the first chakra, which was stillness. So the first chakra seeks to hold and create structure, and the second one is to let go and create flow. So they're like polar opposites. And to represent that, they have the yin and the yang here. Again, these are just brief notes. I'm going through the chapters, so if you want more, pick up the book. Svadhisthana, the water chakra. We may affirm absolutely that nothing great in the world has been accomplished without passion. So passion is definitely represented here in the second chakra. It's in the lower abdomen, centered between your navel and genitals, and but it encompasses that whole section in between. It's called the seat of life. The element is water, as we discussed, and so it corresponds to bodily functions having to do with liquid, like circulation of your blood, urinary tract, urinary elimination, all of that, sexuality and reproduction, and also all the qualities of water, like flow and formlessness, fluidity, and surrender. This chakra is the center of sexuality, as well as emotions, sensations, pleasure, movement, and nurturance. All right, so emotions. So the second chakra here, emotions are associated, and emotions are inherently tied with movement. So we repress feelings by restricting movement, and on the other hand, movement can really free up emotional holding. So if you're ever like in a yoga class and you do a hip opener in particular, because right there in that region, and our hips are said to be the storehouse for emotions in our body. So when we take those hip opening postures, we're really opening up so much in that second chakra and with emotions. Pleasure and emotions are the root of desire, and through desire we create movement through movement, we create change, and consciousness thrives on change. Okay, the second chakra here is also associated with sexuality, which is the sacred ritual of union through the celebration of difference. I really like that definition. Sexuality is a sacred ritual of union through the celebration of difference. An expansive movement of the life force. It is the dance that balances, restores, renews, reproduces. It's the production ground of all new life, and in that sense, of the future. So it's where the future is made, really. So yes, the second chakra is associated with sexuality. Some interpret some parts of this, I'm not going to get into all that, but as celibacy, and believing that it can open up altered states of awareness and raise the energy up the Sushumna, which we didn't even get into in the introduction. I feel like that's like level 2 chakra. So we'll just stay like that. All right. From here, moving into nurturance. To be tender, loving, and caring, human beings must be tenderly loved and cared for in their earliest years from the moment they are born. So true. Nurturance is the final summation of sexuality and a fundamental need of the body, the mind, and the soul. Nurturance is caring for, feeding with energy or love or touch. It's the essence of maternal qualities, and it's our first experience of blissful transcendence, of warmth and security. So the simple act of touching is just so important for human beings. It's important for our nervous system. Our skin is our biggest organ. They've done studies that have shown that if the lab rats will choose being touched over eating. And they're mammals just like us. They're very intelligent, rats are. And, you know, it just goes to show what a basic need that is, just to be touched. I have had teachers, in fact, my teacher that I learned from, at the end of class, at the end of Shavasana, would come and do just this really simple shoulder massage adjustment with some essential oils. And I'm telling you, it's like why I came to class. At the end, it's just like the icing on the cake. After Shavasana, you get just, it's like, okay, I can relax. I'm safe. I'm nurtured. There's something about it, and kind of mysterious. But pleasurable stimulation adds stability and trust to children's development. So just, you know, children love hugs, and my children do, and they always want a morning hug and, you know, hugs throughout the day, and I try to always be there for them for that, just to provide that, because when a child doesn't have that, I personally didn't have a lot of that in my upbringing, and I just know that it really causes insecurity and lifelong lasting effects that that person has to work through on their own. All right, some exercises for this second chakra. This was a shorter video, but that's all right. We'll say what needs to be said, and then we're just layering knowledge, right? So there's a water meditation in here. If you're interested in that, you can purchase this book. They suggest for yoga, goddess pose, a pelvic rock, hip circles, scissor kicks. So this is their variation of goddess pose. It's more like a reclined butterfly. These are the pelvic rock. And then hip circles and scissor kicks are here. And yeah, that's about it for the yoga asana that they recommend for this second chakra. Again, pulling from Wheels of Life, I suggest you pick up a copy and use it as reference. My name is Buffy. It's been a pleasure to present and learn this information with you today. I hope you'll keep joining me as I go through my journey all the way up to the crown chakra. Not that anyone is particularly more important or more desirable than the other, but that's just the path we're on, going upward. I hope you learned something today. I know I did, and I hope you are well and happy. Namaste.